What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back for another search engine optimization tip video. In today's tip video, I'll be walking through how to remove your entire website from the search engine results pages. So in some instances, you may want to remove your entire website or make sure that it's not appearing on Google. This may be because you have beta dev environments that you're setting up to do testing on the back end, or you're setting up your website and it's not ready to launch yet to the public. And it's pretty simple to prevent your website from appearing in the search results. The first option that you have at your disposal to prevent this is simply adding no index tags to the header section of your website and web pages that you don't want indexed on Google. So here's an example from Google's developer guidelines on how to set that up. You basically add it to the head section of your website or your web pages and add a meta name, robots content, no index. And that will prevent or serve as a directive to Google crawlers to not index this content in its search results. The second option is to go into your robots.txt file and basically add a directive to disallow. And in this space, you would just add a slash. So what the robots.txt does is when Google hits your website, this is one of the first things it looks for is your robots.txt to see what directives you have as a webmaster or its search crawler to help preserve crawl budget. And so when it hits this and it sees disallow, then it will serve again as that suggestion or that directive to not index your web pages. The only downside for the robots.txt is that if your website's being linked to from other websites, then Google may still crawl and index your website. So you want to use a combination of the robots.txt directive, as well as adding those no index tags to your website. And another option, if you have like WordPress, there are a couple of plugins for SEO they can use. So if you don't have direct access to edit the header section of your website, then you can use one of these SEO plugins. I personally use All-in-One SEO, and it will allow you to set these robot meta settings on how you want your website to be indexed. And down here, you can apply no index to the entire site. So pretty simple, just takes one click. The final last resort for not indexing your entire website is simply hiding it behind a login window. So Google isn't able to access any content that lives behind a login. It can't emulate user behavior, and so it can't log in to find and access that content behind the login wall or the firewall that you set. So you can set a login or a firewall so only internal users for your company can access your website, and this will prevent Google from crawling and again indexing your content. And let's say you're a little late in adding these preemptive measures, and some of your website pages are being indexed right now. Then you can simply go into Google's Search Console tool and temporarily remove the URLs that are being indexed at the moment. And this will last up to 90 days. And so you can go through and add those directives to your robots.txt, set up the login wall, and add those no index tags to the header section of your web pages. In the meantime, as you submit this request to temporarily remove those URLs quickly. So that's pretty much how you remove a website from Google. Hopefully you found this tip video to be helpful. If you did, be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next SEO tip video.